7 settings in your eBay right now that decide how much money you actually make. See, most sellers have never even opened it. Now, I've checked mine on camera and 2 of them were wrong. And I do this for a living. Now, it's no theory in this one. I'm gonna show you where each one lives, click by click, what wrong actually looks like, and of course, the fix. 10 minutes, 7 settings. And number 1 shipping setting that got way more expensive to have wrong this summer. All right, screens up. Let's get into number 7. Here's one of my most low ticket viral items selling right now, but I had an issue. I didn't have the item specifics actually filled out. I left this area blank and it cost me money. I changed it, started filling things out accurately, and I started to see more watchers. Unbranded or branded or whatever you want to name your product's brand, you can do easy. I changed fidget toy, I put the color, material, the environment, and even the length. The country of origin is more important than people think. This I placed with China because I am selling it internationally. What you want to do if you are trying to sell more in the States, what I've realized is put in the United States is always going to have people become more reassured. They may think they'll get it faster or better quality. Now, number 6, let's talk about it. Sending offers. This listing has 4 current watchers and I could send offers to them. This is something I wasn't utilizing when I was younger and I wish I did. Sending offers could get you more people to actually bite because you're giving them a deal. Hence why when you are listing your product, you want to know what profit margin you're listing it at so you have more wiggle room. Let's say this product cost me $2. Instead of me listing it and selling it for 5 or 6, I can sell it for 8. And then when I have watchers, I can go ahead and push out a $6 offer to make them feel more enticed to buying the product out of impulse. Number 5, let's talk about having a best offer option. Go down to your pricing. You see this is listed right here for $4.50. We can go over here, setting pricing options, make sure you have best offer placed here, and then you can allow offers. When you allow offers, this is going to give you the flexibility to have people actually give you their price. This gives me a Macari and a Poshmark feel. Macari and Poshmark low ticket items sell faster because you have customers that can bundle and also customers that can give you offers. When customers do give you offers, it gives you a feeling of this is going to be a product I can negotiate with my customers on, and you may be trying to liquidate the product at some point. Having offers gives you the flexibility to make sure it reaches the price point necessary, but also it reaches the target market that is attracted to it, and they let you know the price that they're willing to pay. Now, I want to make this clear. Don't set it too tight, and I'll give you a really good example. These smart glasses right here. We get watchers on here, but we're not converting as much as I would like. So what we can do is we can allow offers. So we allow the offers. Right now we have a price at 45. We have wiggle room. I pay around like 25 or 20, depending on how many I buy. What I'll do is the minimum offer, instead of making it so close to 40, 37, no, make it realistic. We're going to put it to allow minimum offer to be $30. Auto accept though is going to be put at 40. So now I have people being able to give me offers anywhere between $30, $40. $40 is where we're going to actually just automatically get the sale. You wouldn't even imagine how many times I hear cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching based upon people making auto accept offer and I didn't even know that they would be willing to pay that price. If only I went $5 low. Number 4 is one of my favorite, and that is us actually talking about promoting your listing and putting it on autopilot. You don't want to promote every listing, and I want to make that clear because if you promote every single one of your listings, you're going to end up in the hole. They're going to take a bunch of money from you from the listings that sell that aren't even getting sales from their promotion. What you want to do is you want to test. So I would just put 3 to 1 piece of quantity of the product that you are trying to sell, and I would promote. Now we have 2 tabs here. We have general, we have priority. I never use priority, as priority is something that's going to take more, and also it is not going to work any better than the regular general. Now general is going to give you the flexibility to set your listing ad rate. What I usually do is stick between 5 to 12%. If I am doing just a test, I'll list it as high as 12 or even sometimes 20, depending on how fast I'm trying to sell. The reason is it's not about me making the max profit with this product. It's really about me finding out who wants the product. If you're somebody out there that's not getting any views, you're not getting any watchers, just sitting there looking looking at your eBay, wondering what's wrong with you. You're watching everyone else make money. Start turning on these promotions, but turn it on in a strategic way. Put 3 pieces of whatever item you're trying to sell. Make the listing ad rate 12%. Does not guarantee you're going to sell. What it does guarantee you is you're going to be able to start getting views. Once you get those views, are you getting watchers? So I have a 12% listing ad rate. Am I getting watchers from this or not? If I'm not going to be getting any watchers for me to send offers, now I know maybe my packaging is the problem. Maybe the product is the problem. See, the reason we're doing these things isn't just to get sales, but also to realize that we're actually selling something worth being on the platform. Now, speaking of being on the platform, let's talk about number 3. And this is actually something I did not do this summer, and it cost me money. I mean, I've even explained it in videos and told you guys to do it until I changed it and tested something different, shipping and handling. Now, I always say, keep your handling 3 business days. Why? Because there's a lot of us that work, we're busy, we may not be able to ship that product immediately. If you don't ship it immediately, you have the customer that can complain and say you didn't ship the product. What I do is, depending on what that product is, if it's something I can put in my trunk, something I can carry with me throughout the day, just in case it does sell, is I will change this handling time to 1 business day or even same business day. But I would specify in the description, if you order this after 4 p.m., we cannot ship it same day. Instead, we will ship it the next. Why do you want to make this change? It is something mentally that the customer falls in love with when they realize that they can get the product sooner. Think about Amazon. Think about Amazon Prime. People love Amazon Prime because I can buy it and expect it at my door the next day. You want to give them that type of feeling. And the way you'll do that is by changing the handling time to 1 business day or same business day, and watch people get more intrigued, because that will separate you from all the other listings that you're competing with mostly. I'm telling you right now, when you change this, you will see a difference. How do you actually handle stale listings? Now, if you look at the screen, these are stale. You have the squishies, 5 available quantity, but 2 views. You have the smart glasses right here, 5, but 8 views. The jellyfish, 6, but 15 views. That's not that bad. But again, you have the wireless headphones, 5 quantity, but only 1 view. There's a lot you could do, but first you have to look at what is working. So I'll give you guys a really good example. Here are the jellyfish squishy toy listings, right? Now, this is going to be a listing that was very generic, but if we look at what's selling, I'm sure these sold listings are going to provide, they provide a hand holding the product, then the different colors or multiple colors on one screen. But then you have a generic one, but it does have the Nido packaging right here, right next to it. Then you have this one where it looks like they're underwater, but you catch my drift. There's a bunch of different ways you can change your listings for you to reap the benefits. What you need to do whenever you are selling and you don't see the success that you're looking for, you need to inspect what you expect. First, sort by oldest to newest. Remember, eBay's algorithm is always going to prioritize the fresh listings, while stale listings are actually sinking. But what you can do is go to your old listing, hit sell similar, and relist that product with different photos. Make sure you can change your title keywords and also your description. Play around with the shipping and handling, play around with the best offers, and of course the price. Now, this is a move most beginners have never heard of. Relaunching listings by batches every single month. Try it. You'll see the difference. When your listings stop looking stagnant and staying there with 1 view in 1 quantity, but instead they rotate and they have different batches throughout different weeks, you're selling different items, and the ones that are selling and flying off the shelf, you're keeping. You're essentially finding the highest ticket and the best selling products on your store by process of elimination. Now, number 1, a lot of people are having their shipping processes look like this. You have the cost type at flat, some cost to all buyers, which means you're setting a buy price to people for them to actually pay for shipping. So essentially, you've been guessing how much shipping is going to cost. You set a regular fixed amount so that it covers, because sometimes you see the calculated one doesn't and it ends up costing you money. Well, you want to switch back to calculated. Anybody out there that has realized that the shipping has increased, you're not crazy. You're not tripping, and most importantly, it's something that's costing a lot of people money. You do not want to offer free shipping. You want the buyer to pay the shipping and it to be calculated. The calculations are 100% accurate now, and also they're going to save you from having to pay an inflated amount. Sometimes shipping can cost as high as $8.50 to $22, depending where the product is being shipped. So 7 settings, maybe 20 minutes of work, and every single one of them pays you back on your future sales. Now, if you fix even 2 tonight, that's the video doing its job. And as I said earlier, the full shipping breakdown is right here on the screen. And the monthly What's Selling list will drop this Saturday. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button so it hits your feed.